week.
Oh.
Because it wasn't in the paper yet.
Oh, sure. Let somebody out of the fight.
I know, right?
Just ding, 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 ding. What is that?
It sounds like the back door. You don't think it is?
No.
Unless it's the trash can blowing up against the door, maybe.
Oh.
That could be.
Oh.
That's not the strawberry hitting the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Megan.
Kelsey,
You're gonna fall on my
you might
door?
experience history in the making.
Yeah. Let's happen once.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
And then the wind died.
Yeah, it was just stop.
They just said that there's an Alcator on the side between Strawberry and Alcator.
There's what?
A semi that
yeah.
flew over.
Oh, gosh.
Are we like in the eye of the tornado right now?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you're right.
Well, luckily we're here because, I mean, it would take an act of God to move this building around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should there was a semi blown over?
That's what they said.
All right, I have 6 o'clock, so we'll call the meeting to order.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank everybody for coming tonight. Go ahead and do roll calls. Deb?
Here.
Sarah? Here. Michelle? Here. And Meg? Here. All right, motion to approve the agenda as presented or amended?
So moved.
Second. Motion and second to approve the agenda as presented. Any other questions? Now we'll go to vote. Deb?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Megan? Yes. All right, on the consent agenda.
Make the motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Motion and second to approve the consent agenda. Any other questions? Now we'll go to vote. Sarah?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Megan? Yes. Deb?
Yes.
All right, updates and presentations. We'll-
Sure. Yeah, let's table the
Yep.
proclamation
Yep.
until
He's late because ball game, so he won't be here.
Okay, he won't be here, so we'll just table this for the next meeting. All right. And then just an update, since I know this is new to everybody. The proclamation is something we did back home, which I thought was a really nice sort of bookend on public service, and so I wanted to introduce it here as a way for people to recognize public officials and, and their accomplishments and stuff like that. So that's what this is. We'll table this until the next meeting that Jason should come. And if he doesn't want to, then we can just adopt it at any time.
Sure.
We can send it to him in the mail. The city pool, as you all wanted to gather some public input, we put a survey out. It's had an incredible response. We have 410 responses so far.
That's good.
To put that into perspective, I come from a municipality with 56,000 people, and when we would put surveys out, we'd get 300 to 400 responses. So to get over 400 in a town of just over 1,000 people, it's really good feedback. We were going to close it, but then Tracy at the newspaper wanted to do an article about it and put it on the front page, so we decided to keep it open for another week, and then we'll compile everything and have it ready for a line item on the next city council.
So we'll be able to read everybody's comments.
Yeah, I'm going to compile, some of them I'm going to compile some stats and show some graphs out of it, and then there's a lot of repeated comments, ideas. So instead of listing, 400 different responses, we'll say mini golf course, 25 people said it or something like that. And then anybody who wants to read the raw data, I'm more than happy to export that report. It'll be dozens of pages, and there's some fun reading in there. And then, the other update that's not on here is about the open position in the city council. We've put out on Facebook to contact us if interested in filling that seat. So far, we've had a little bit of interest. I've had one information session so far, and Tracy is also putting that in the newspaper on the front page. So I want to give that another week or so to see, how many interested parties there might be for that role. And we'll give updates as they come in. And then the next would be, we have Kelsey Davis here, who is the new Energy District Coordinator, and we invited her to introduce herself and give a very short 3-minute presentation, no PowerPoint, but I would like to introduce Kelsey.
Yeah,
you can come up to the podium if you want. And then just talk loud, because this is the microphone that's going to be picking you up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a few materials for you too. So that's our new brochure, just with a little bit of information, our website on there, and then my business card too.
Wonderful, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And then I did print off some slides just so you can see the information.
Okay, great, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so my name is Kelsey Davis. I'm the new coordinator for the Energy District. I'm from Clayton County originally, grew up over by Lowena. Went to MSL for high school and then the University of Iowa for college. I started back in August, so I'm still pretty new to the position, trying to get introduced to all the city councils and local leaders. So just for a brief overview of the Energy District, we are a nonprofit organization, and we are working to build our local community by facilitating an equitable clean energy movement, stimulating the local economy, and sustaining resources for the future. Our overall vision is 100% renewable and locally owned energy by 2050 in Clayton County. And we are part of a larger network of 12 other energy districts across Iowa. So more than just Clayton County, but we were the second one established. 3 strategies for building our community to meet this goal include retaining and reinvesting dollars into the local economy, promoting wise energy use and efficiency to use less and conserve our resources, and finally, we have to make sure that everyone is included, because we aren't really strengthening the community if we're leaving low-income households. My position actually resulted from a new partnership that's being tested between Clayton County Conservation and the Energy District. So I'm actually employed by the county, and I work out at Osborne, and then I'm also the coordinator for the Energy District. So we're kind of framing this like the Soil and Water Conservation District movement of the 1930s to kind of bring together that nonprofit and the county government. So hopefully this is a pilot program we can use in other energy districts as well. I put in just a little bit of information about some initiatives we've done here in Strawberry Point in the past. The Green Island Airport team was very active here. We did the LED lighting campaign here, several drop-offs around town, the grant funds for the EV charger, so we want to continue that partnership. And through that, I have some information on some current initiatives. The first one is the Inflation Reduction Act tax credit. This is available for residential homeowners. It's also available for non-taxable entities now. So it's a 30% tax credit for those with taxable income. For non-taxable entities, it's a 30% direct payment on a clean energy project. So Rise Limited in Elkader just got about $23,000 they're looking at once they file. The daycare in Edgewood is looking at about the same amount back on their solar system, and that's, again, a direct payment to the organization. So the other one is the Rural Energy Program grant. These are for small businesses and farmers for energy efficiency projects and clean energy projects. It's a 50% grant program. We just saw the awards come out in Iowa for this round. Just under $1 million in grant funds that were given out to Iowa businesses just here in Clayton County. And that is going to provide $150,000 in energy savings in 1 year. And then over the life of that solar system, that's a huge chunk of energy dollars that are staying right here because of this program. So that's a really big push for us right now. The Clean Energy District of Iowa is offering audit cost shares on that for businesses. So they'll cover 75% up to $2,000 on an energy audit to start getting some of those applications through. So if you have businesses who you know might be interested, definitely send them our way. And then finally, on the back page, there's some information on a municipal electric utility forum that we're planning for you guys as a municipal utility, and then also McGregor and Denver. We are in a unique position here in Clayton County with 3 municipal utilities. That's pretty rare. It's over 2 times the state average. And just about a third of our electric meters here in Clayton County are served by municipal utilities. So we want to bring you guys together, talk about the opportunities you have for making your in-town grids more efficient, clean energy resources that could help lower your energy costs and also energy costs for your residents. We're going to have, hopefully, Warren McKenna come and speak. He's been very interested in this project, interested in doing a feasibility study potentially in the future as well. He used to work for the Farmers Electric Cooperative out of Kelowna, and they have an awesome solar program for their patrons and provide, I think, 27% of their total energy is provided by solar. So hopefully he can come in and speak to you about the process there and options you might have here in Strawberry Point to, offset some of your energy costs. So, yeah. Do you guys have any questions at this time about anything I covered?
Thank you for your time.
Great.
Yeah.
We're in pretty regular communication. We get really great updates on energy stuff. So anything that comes through, I'll push, to the entire city council.
We're looking at end of January for the forum. We're just trying to finalize dates and speakers, but hopefully we can get that scheduled here before the end of the year, and we'll send out invites and all that for you.
Great.
Great.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Careful getting home. It's windy out there. All right, do we want to put the proclamation back on the
Yep.
All right, let's
We'll move next to that public service proclamation.
yes.
Do you want me to just go ahead and read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, this is a proclamation dated December 4th, 2024, honoring Councilmember Jason Gearhart. Whereas Jason Gearhart has served the city of Strawberry Point with dedication and distinction as a city council member, and whereas during his tenure he has been a steadfast advocate for fiscal responsibility and government accountability, and whereas Jason has actively contributed to the community by serving on the Strawberry Point Chamber of Commerce for 5 years, coordinating the annual Strawberry Days Festival in 2022 and 2023, and coaching youth basketball for 6 years, including 3 seasons with Starmont Middle School's girls basketball team. And whereas his commitment to public service extends beyond the city, having served 5 years in the United States Army as a military police officer and investigator, and more recently being elected to the Starmont Community School Board and the Clayton County Republican Central Committee. And whereas Jason Gearhart has been elected to represent District 64 in the Iowa House of Representatives, encompassing all of Al-McKee and Clayton counties, as well as Concord Township and Dubuque County. And whereas his departure from the City Council to serve at the state level reflects his unwavering dedication to public service and the betterment of our community. Now therefore, the City Council of Strawberry Point, Iowa hereby expresses its gratitude to Jason Gearhart for his service and contributions to our city. We extend our best wishes for his continued success and impact as he assumes his new role in the Iowa House of Representatives. And witness whereas, this proclamation is duly executed on this 4th day of December, 2024.
Great. Jason, you want to come up? We have a printed version for you. And maybe I'll get a picture. We'll put on Facebook or wherever. Because of basketball.
Well, she's at a game. I'm like, there's no game. Did you have practice or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. All right. 1, 2, 3. Got it. And then you send it.
Yep, I find it.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, Dave.
And thank you for your memory.
All right.
All right, so we will now move to the public hearing, number 9, ordinance 2403, fixing the caption grades on several streets. So we need a motion to open the public hearing.
I'll make a motion.
Second. Motion and second to open the public hearing at 6:13. Any other questions? Now we'll go to vote. Michelle?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
All right, so we'll open the public hearing. Hearing no comments, we will close the public hearing.
Perfect.
Can I get a motion to do that?
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion and second to close the public hearing at 6:13. Any other questions? Not, we'll go to vote. Megan?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Definitely the most interesting ordinance ever written.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so now we'll go to number 10, the motion to waive the additional readings of ordinance 2403, fixing and establishing grades on several streets.
Make a motion.
Second. All right, motion and second to waive the additional readings of ordinance 2303. Do you have any comments, Dino?
No.
Okay.
No.
Any other questions? Not, we'll go to vote. Deb?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Megan? Yes. All right, number 11, motion to adopt ordinance 2403 for fixing and establishing grades on several streets.
So I'll make the motion to adopt the ordinance 2403.
Second. Motion and second to adopt ordinance 2403.
So just for the record, since we had no comments on the other one, this
Yep.
is the ordinance that fixes the center line grade for the sewer project over here. Next to Village Hall, just wanted to get, or City Hall, just wanted to get that on the record.
Yep. Any other questions? Not, go to vote. Sarah?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Megan? Yes. Deb?
Yes.
All right, number 12, resolution 2449, Civic Center Public Use Policy. Can I get a motion?
I so move for resolution 2449 on the public use policy of the Civic Center.
Second. Motion second.
All right, sorry, it was Deb that made the motion?
Yeah.
Who seconded? Sarah?
We have multiple.
Okay, all right.
Fight over it.
All right.
Not fighting.
Okay, great. So, as we discussed at the last meeting, we have a group of boys that want to practice basketball in the Civic Center. This is a draft policy that we developed to just cover how we want to do it. It would be difficult for an adult to necessarily be there the entire time they're practicing. So we thought a nice comfortable medium is to have a checkout policy where a responsible adult comes and fills out a form, checks out the keys, and that would be the responsible party for if anything happened at the Civic Center. If there was any damage, the form would state that they could get charged for that damage or get banned or any of the other fun stuff. And then Eric had a really good idea that we should probably invest in some cameras. They're very inexpensive. We could use a system like we have here for security that just records And then if something does happen, we do have some visual record of what's going on there. So if there's no comments on the draft policy, I will, or if there are comments, I'll create the actual resolution for the next meeting. And then I'll add in the resolution a small budget item for the cameras as well, if that's the will of the board. So that's kind of where we're at. I don't know if you've all had an opportunity to read through this or not.
I just had a question on the cameras with the daycare in there. How does that work?
Yeah, good question. It is our building, so
Right.
we would have the right to have the cameras. Obviously, we're not going to publish that video or make it public, so I don't see any legal issue in having the cameras there, and they would only be accessed by city staff in the event of an incident.
Because there is a camera on the front door.
There is a camera on the front door, so, yeah, and it's a public space, so, I can let them know that we're likely going to install those cameras, just so they can understand what's in there and what the use is, but yeah, we definitely would not make any of that video public in any way whatsoever.
It could be for their own protection too.
It helps, yeah, it's good, but yeah, we definitely don't want them to be surprised when we're putting it in, we'll let them know ahead of time.
So you're talking about putting one in the actual gymnasium?
In the gymnasium,
Oh.
yeah.
Or maybe the hallway. I was going to say the hallway, yeah.
Yeah, we'll work with the police and
Yeah.
get them in all the right spots.
Yeah.
The wheels are already, he's like, all right, 18 camera system now. Yeah, so we thought that the draft policy was simple enough, we didn't want to make it too extensive to dissuade people from using the space, but we also wanted to make it stringent enough that people know that it's a serious responsibility to check out the keys and use the facility.
So, just to clarify for my own, so is the thought that they have to check out a key every single time, or is it like a standing, like, this person has this key and they have access?
No, they would check it out every single time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mainly because it helps us to know and remember who's in there and when.
Yep.
And so, since it's right down the street,
Yep.
we don't anticipate that that's going to be, inhibitive in any way.
Okay.
How about Wednesday? That's usually an early dismissal day for kids, and if
Yeah.
we're closed, that might get...
Yeah, what time are you starting this open? I mean, does the daycare have until like 6:30?
We're going to work with the daycare and get their schedule of use, and then we'll put, I don't anticipate that these kids are going to want to practice in the morning. So we'll work with the daycare, and then we'll get open times, get a schedule done and all that stuff. But I don't have the daycare schedule yet, so as soon as we get that,
Well, and I think in their lease, I think it says they have first use of it, if I remember right.
Yep.
So,
Yep. So we just want to get with them, because we know that they have pretty much scheduled times.
yeah.
And, so we'll work with them. And even though we're closed on Wednesdays, we do frequently open the door for people. So if we know somebody's coming to get the key, we'll either meet them at the door there.
Yeah, it would be nice to work something out like snow days or something when kids are looking for something to do. I don't know if that could be something worked out with daycare, so they can go in there from certain hours.
Yeah, because that's the problem. I mean, everybody's going to want it the same day, because it's when you can't be outside.
Right.
Snow or rain or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll work it out. And, and if there's if a lot of kids are playing basketball, maybe it's not let's just see how it evolves. And we're not going to know how it's going to get used until we have some actual, usage.
And if people want it, I think it's great. I mean, they want to come in and use the building.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good amenity to have, and why not put it to use? So, any other questions or comments, feedback on this? So again, this will go to a vote in the next board meeting with the actual resolution and the actual policy, the sign-out form, all that. Everything will be wrapped into that. I didn't want to be presumptuous to think that this would be perfect out of the gate.
So should we just take a no vote on this, or?
We don't even need to vote on, or we could just table it.
Okay.
We needed to get it on the agenda to get feedback on this.
All right, so we will table resolution 2449 to the next meeting
Okay.
to finalize.
All right, you need to do a all in favor aye for the tabling, because the motion's already on the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to make that part of your motion to table it?
And make the motion to table this, but to add the comments about the cameras to be added to the resolution.
Yep.
Second.
Okay. Motion is second to table resolution 2449. with the addition of the mentioning.
Perfect.
All right, any other questions? We'll go to vote. Michelle?
Yes.
Megan? Yes. Deb?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
All right, number 13, resolution 2450, adopting the final assessment schedule for the sanitary sewer main improvements project and amending, confirming, and levying this assessment.
So, the resolution 24.
All right, motion and second.
Megan already made the motion.
Resolution
Oh,
24.
I'm sorry.
I didn't talk.
No, I'm sorry.
I thought you were done. All right.
Okay, so toward the bottom of your packet, you'll see there's a sewer project special assessment. It's kind of like a little one-page report with some numbers on it. This is, so as you know, like the sewer project has a special assessment to anybody that got hooked up. That assessment is in the amount of $1,891.28. The property owners that are participating in the special assessment have up to 30 days from publication or notification in the mail to pay that or any amount of that up front. And then any amount that is over $500, either in part of this or the entire thing, the city can allow them to pay over annual installments. A typical annual installment would be about 10 years, and we have some latitude on what we can charge as an interest rate. The maximum that we can charge by law is 9%. The current prime interest rate is 7.75%, and my recommendation is an 8% interest rate. And where I landed on 8% is that it's just over prime, so it is somewhat competitive. And we want to make the interest rate high enough that it doesn't, encourage people to, if we did like a 5% or 4%, they'll be like, okay, great, we'll just pay it off over 10 years. It's so cheap to borrow the money. And then, we're obviously covering that until we recoup it. So we want to make it high enough that if they can afford to pay up front, they will, but competitive enough that if they do have to pay over time, we're not price gouging them. And I feel like 8% is sort of walks that line. And then there's another sheet in here that shows the properties that are participating. It just has pins and addresses. And again, there's 13 of them. And we don't have any idea what amount would be paid up front. Like they're able to come into City Hall and pay that up front in the next 30 days. And then at the end of that period, we will compile a report for the state treasurer and how much has been paid and how much is owed, and then it'll just go on their tax bill moving forward.
So we need a motion for the percentage there.
So so in the resolution, we're going to amend the motion to adopt the resolution with a 10-year payback period at whatever percentage you all decide on.
Okay, so we amend the motion to go with the 10-year payoff at the 8% interest rate.
Second.
All right. And then,
All right. So we have a motion and a second for resolution 2450 with the amendment of 10-year payback time with 8% interest rate.
correct. And then what I'll do, Mayor, is I'll print that on the resolution instead of handwriting it and make it look a little nicer.
Okay.
And then we'll have I'll have you sign it next week sometime.
Any other questions? Not we'll go to vote. Megan?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
All right. Number 14, motion to offer the annual holiday light rebate.
Yes, so this is, from what I've come to learn, is an annual rebate that the city offers to anybody putting up lighting, holiday lighting in particular. So if you want City Hall to extend this this just requires a motion. So if you want us to extend this to residents again, that's what this is. Which I think is a great idea, by the way.
So make the motion to offer the holiday annual light rebate for this year.
Second.
Motion and a second to offer the annual holiday light rebate. Just FYI, registration deadline is December 30th, and will the form be on the website?
Yeah, this will go on the website,
Okay.
it'll go on Facebook, it will be in the newspaper, so if people are unaware of it, it's because they haven't left their house and haven't access.
They're watching everybody else's light.
Exactly.
All right, any other questions? Now we'll go to vote. Deb?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
All right, other business.
Other business is, on behalf of the city staff, we would like to wish Deb a happy birthday.
Thank you.
I promised her that I would not forget it, and then I did all day, I forgot it, and then, so happy birthday, and thank you for your service, and we wanted to get you out of here by 6:30.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
I think we're gonna get that done for you today.
Thank you
Yeah.
to everybody that sent me texts, calls, messages. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
No other business.
Make the motion to adjourn.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Stay safe, warm.
Nice to move that one, because I see where I can.
All right. Let me shut off the microphone.